Hey guys, welcome to the Wrestling Guy Podcast. I'm right here with the crew, right here, Butcher.
Hey, how's it going, guys? But you know what? Forgive David right now because he's got like a very froggy voice right now. But we're right here with two special guests, tag teams. We have the one and only Zocre and Phoenix Stars Los Luchas. Yeah. Plus, also we have McDallas here, and we have our sound man, Engineer Roy.
Hello.
Plus, we have a special guest here outside the audience from UIPW, the photographer himself. Let's give it up for El Pollo! And I am the hostess of the mostest, the love and only Butcher. So I just
Hey, you got the same reaction you do when you wrestle.
Oh, man.
David was drooling.
It's a Japanese crowd. Hey, don't forget, man. We got Pollito.
We got Pollito. We got little Pollito there too as well.
Hey, you got a bigger reaction than the Butcher did.
Okay, let's not get carried away now, guys.
Did you guys ever get a chance to wrestle Butcher?
No.
Not
We
yet.
haven't had the
pleasure.
honor yet, you know.
No, but I had the honor of being in the ring with the guys a couple of times in training.
Yeah, definitely.
And
I believe it was for a TV taping too.
we did a TV taping together. We did
Yeah.
Despierta America.
There you
Oh,
go.
there it was.
That was a lot of fun. They actually were on my side because I was beating up the New York Nikki.
Yeah.
So that was a classic. Look it up on YouTube. So, I'm quite popular.
Acting chops and everything.
He has one view.
No, it's his.
David, don't push my buttons.
And then didn't even finish watching it past 30 seconds.
Oh goodness.
How are you guys?
We're
doing
doing
good.
great. Thank you
Thanks for
so
having
much
us.
for having us. Man.
So, have you trained with Butcher? I heard something off the air about Butcher.
What was that?
I heard he doesn't finish the training.
Oh,
Well, but I understand. You know, sometimes people do say that our training is a little too nonstop, and there's a lot of people that don't. It wasn't just him, but he showed up. That's more
That's
than a
what
lot of
matters.
people do.
Hey, at least I survived a full hour. That's all I can say.
Yeah, no, but hey,
But you know what? Their training it's phenomenal. It's hardcore, and you know you learn some safety moves and everything. And then you know what, you guys, I don't know how you guys could do this for what, since 2003, I believe you guys been tag teams together, or
officially 2002.
2002. Okay, so
Wow.
but
as a tag team, yeah.
Yeah.
as a tag team.
Yeah.
Now, Phoenix.
Yes.
When did you start?
Wrestling.
Yeah, and your profession, like
Okay. We both started at the same time. We started in 2001. 2001. Yeah.
what school did you guys attended?
Multiple. We started at Gil's Garage back in East LA.
Okay.
And then after that, we decided to join Underground Empire. I think they just came back recently. We joined with them when they were running back then. And then after that, we did Revolution Pro, which was run by Ron Rivera.
Ron Rivera, American Wild Child.
Right,
Super
right.
Dragon, Mr. Excitement, Rising Sun, all those guys were in there. Yeah, we joined them, and from there on, we just expanded.
So Underground Empire's been around that long?
Yeah.
They actually, well, the thing is,
Well, I understand. I'm sure they took some time
Yeah.
off, but then just to hear that that they're back. I mean, how long ago did they start?
I mean, for what we know,
Well, let's take it a little bit further.
yeah,
back.
it's because the thing is, we started off backyard wrestling.
Yeah.
And yeah, we're not
Like
ashamed.
a lot of
Yeah.
people do.
I mean, back in the day when we started wrestling, it was like, oh, you don't say that.
Mhm.
Don't ever say you backyard wrestle because then you're not professional.
Right.
But,
But
I mean, what are you
yeah.
gonna do when you have no money and this is something you love to do?
You live in East LA. You're eating cup of noodles every day. You know, you're not gonna be spending thousands of dollars at a school.
Hey, look at the Guerreros. I mean, they did stuff in their own backyard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you think about it, I mean, there's no disgrace or shame about it. Nick Foley did it off his top
Yeah.
of his own roof.
Yeah, we used to do backyard wrestling, but we never really did hardcore. It was more like somehow we would do lucha,
Mhm.
and it was more gimmicky. We just had fun. It was
Right.
just fun. We weren't out there trying to kill each other. And yeah, that's how we met them. They were actually doing that stuff.
Yeah.
Now, did you guys were you guys like always going on your own at the time, or then you just from day one you guys were just like, you know what, we're just going to be a tag team?
No, well, we were the best enemies back then. We
Yeah.
would,
Okay,
we
whose
would-
girlfriend did you cheat with? You know.
Now the thing is that like we started off at Gil's Garage, and that was pure lucha. That was torture training. You think no? Our training is fun and happy and oh, good job. No,
so no, we got a little spoiled.
Yeah, Gil's Garage was torture training.
You guys have it easy.
Like they allowed us to step in the ring only to do rolls for 2 hours.
Oh
then
shit!
Sit down because it's time for them to train.
And it took them 2 to 3 months before we actually got to do anything other than rolling. Yeah.
Wow. And the thing about it is that I used to work, and so he would attend classes more than I do. And so I remember once, I remember this, like clearly, just because I was so bummed out this day. We were in the class, right? We were rolling. They were doing spots. No, you roll. So we were rolling. It was like 3 months already, and I was like, I know one of these days we're gonna start doing spots. And next thing you know, they go, all right, go sit down. But they're only pointing at me, and they keep him in the ring. And I was like, oh man. So then I sat down and watched them train. As soon as that training ended, we went back home, and he literally taught me everything that he learned that day. And we went over it and over it for like probably a week straight.
We would show up early, either for the first class, work out a little bit, stay there for the second class. So sometimes we would do 3 classes.
Yeah, 3 classes
per day.
Just curiosity. I mean, you don't have to tell me your age. How old were you guys back then when you guys started?
Around 16, 17. That's how old I was.
Backyard, and I was 18.
Yeah.
And training, we started training, 99? So I was 19.
Wow. The backyard wrestling. Out of curiosity, what was your? Did you guys have like those little backyard wrestling names, the same ones, or was it like we had extraordinary?
We went through a couple. First, we started imitating wrestlers.
Oh,
then, as it got a little bit more serious, we started doing our own thing, and we were called the ACA.
ACA.
Aggressive
Championship Alliance of Wrestling.
And then the thing is, you were talking about you guys came out on the news. We were lucky. We also got covered on Channel 7.
Oh.
And also on KFI.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and so.
And it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad feedback. They actually gave us credit for not doing hardcore, and actually taking our time to work on our attire. We look like wrestlers, I guess.
So what was your wrestling name in the backyard?
Just say the first part.
Yeah, you can say the first part if you want.
Suicidal blank.
Okay.
And then
I'm afraid to ask.
I'm just tell us after the air.
Well, the reason why is because he used suicidal and then his real name.
Oh, okay.
And that's the reason he doesn't want to disclose it. And I was a huge Misfits fan, so my name was Misfit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that's how I guess you could say we started originating ourselves, separating from like copying other wrestlers. We still did, but under kind of like our own gimmick now.
Right.
Yeah, and until like even the story on how we even started training was funny because we did backyard wrestling. We tried our best to do it good. We used to we used to have crowds of like at least 70 people.
Wow, that's pretty good.
And we built a ring to where it looked nice and sturdy. No ropes, obviously, because that's hard. But we used to go to all the autograph signings at Bart's.
Oh, okay.
Every single one. I was like the little dark dude who's just right there standing waiting for whoever was running late. And I remember we used to go, and we went to go see Minis, right?
No, it was Nicho.
Nicho, yeah.
Psychosis.
Yeah.
And for some reason, he didn't show up that time.
Yeah.
And the ones that did show up was Torito and Max Mini, or Mini Max, or I don't know.
Morgan, too.
Yeah, 3 of them, right? And we were just there since they were there. We didn't know them as much. I didn't because I was used to watching more American wrestling at the time.
Yeah, and I was just like, hey man, like they were talking. They're like, man, we see you at all the shows.
Yeah.
And we're like, oh cool, you remember me? And he's all, so why aren't you in the ring? And I didn't want to tell him, oh, I do backyard wrestling. Obviously, it's not something we were like, overly proud. But we just told them we didn't know where to go. We didn't have the money to pay for like the big schools at the time.
Yeah, and back then there wasn't that much lucha or even
definitely not
like here in LA. So it was just nothing. Yeah. Now it's like booming. So
yeah, and so he tells us, well, there's one in East LA, and I'm like, East LA, where? That's where we live. And he's like, yeah, there's one on this one street called Clayla and Atlantic.
Cleveland and Whittier.
And Whittier. I'm sorry.
And I grew up on Cleveland. I was there 14 years of my life. Right. So when he said that, I was thinking, where? So he said it was in a garage, a place called Gil's Garage. So, when we got home, first thing I did is I got on my bike, I went to that spot, and sure enough, they were training. The door was cracked a little bit, so I was able to sneak in and just see and hear the bumps.
Ándale, güey, ándale.
Now, to this day, they still wrestle there, right?
No,
because I'm getting mixed up with the one on Whittier and Atlantic.
The UEW.
Right.
Okay, so this is the craziest part.
Yeah, what a coincidence. I'm just like, okay,
exactly.
Yes.
Yeah.
By the way, you sounded like our council member on that. Whittier. Go ahead. Sorry, bro. You might not have a job tomorrow, Roy. Sorry.
David, you're
sorry,
Johnny close for a major chop.
Sorry,
That's
Johnny.
Saying. You're going to get a fat chop.
All right, I'm Whittier, not Whittier.
I said Whittier.
Sorry, go ahead.
So yeah, that's where they're at. They're just across the street, but it's in the same street, Clila.
Yeah, it's like, I wonder if that's the same place. And it's like, to this day, right now, you guys are still using it. That's
so how did you go from Gil's Garage to?
Well, the thing is that to get to Gil's Garage, you had to be. It was just hidden. What do you use?
It was like invite only.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because it's supposed to be like nobody knows about it, other than like guys that would come from Mexico to train whenever they're in town, and then the guys that would train there were guys that they didn't let nobody know because it's like we don't just want anybody just showing up.
So I remember the next day, first thing in the morning, I showed up on myself, and I asked Gil, the guy that owned the place, which he wrestled too. He was a legend, local legend. I asked him if we could train there, and he's like, "How do you know about this?" He didn't deny it. He just said, "How do you know about this?" And I just said, "Oh, so and so told me." He didn't want to let me train at the first time I asked. But I don't know. As I was walking out, I remember he called me back, and he's like, "Hey, you know what? Well, it's this much a month. Just make sure you bring shoes and shirt, and that's it." And then that's how we got in. I don't know if you wouldn't have done that at that time. I don't think we would have been here talking to you guys.
Would be wrestling.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So like I don't know what happened, but he touched his heart at that time, and he just said, "Hey guys, just come back and just train." So we
it was
trained.
Meant to be.
From there on,
I like to think.
From there on, we haven't stopped training at all.
Not even time off or nothing.
No.
Just.
I mean, there's been like where you take 6 months off.
I mean, you don't bust one of my numbers.
Yeah.
At least I'm being honest. I mean, come on, jeez.
Poito, you have a better chance.
Hey, Poito's been in the ring, so it could be the future.
Well, real quick, Poito, if you don't mind, do you want to be a wrestler when you get big?
Yes, I do.
You do?
Yeah.
You want to be a luchador or you want to be an American wrestler?
I want to be both.
You want to be
both? There you go.
So you're hungry. You sound very hungry, like you ready to go now.
Yeah.
Can you take these guys?
No.
Can you take the butch?
Training for 2 years already.
Oh wow.
Can you take the?
Just one. That's all he does.
Do a little roast.
I'm doing.
I couldn't even get that one out.
Well, let me know, and I could teach you some body slam. You want to learn how to body slam?
I'm not gonna be able to body slam these guys, but sure, why not?
Okay.
You can body slam Butcher.
There you go.
I bet you can take out the lonchero.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, Lonchero.
Yeah. As you can, do you know why we call him lonchero? Look at his waistline.
Oh man.
But
You know
anyway,
why they call him Butcher?
Later.
You know why they call him Butcher?
No.
Because he was butchered. I won't say where though. Anyways,
well, you know what? One last thing. One last thing. You know how he puts a belt on? He used a boomerang to go around it. Okay, guys, real quick. So your name, Zocre and Phoenix. When did that come up?
Oh, mine was funny, man. Honestly, I didn't want to be a professional wrestler. I just wanted to train. I never thought I'd be worthy enough to step in on a ring and have like people pay to see me wrestle. I just wanted to go train because it was fun. You're out of high school. You ran into a car that kind of works, but it works enough to take you to training. So you're like, hell yeah, let's have fun. And this guy was like, hey, we're putting a lot of time into it. And then at that time, Shamu, Piloto, Superastro, Superboy were kind of like the guys that would train us more often. They're all like, guys, you guys have been training already for like 2.5, 3 years. When are you guys gonna debut? And I was like, man, I don't want to. And he was ready, which I was like, damn. And I didn't want to. I was just like, I don't know. I was scared. I'm not gonna lie, but I had to put something together I'm a big Dragon Ball Z fan. That's why it starts with
Oh,
a Z.
okay.
And I'm a fan of Socrates, the philosopher. So I kind of cut it in half and respelled it.
His parents are from Zacatecas.
Oh yeah, and I'm from I was born in Zacatecas. So that's like another. It's just a word that I created that means nothing, except for what I became.
I just thought maybe because Zocre, I don't know if it was something from the Talibans or from ISIS or something like that.
Don't let the beard fool you, man. Mine is oiled and well taken care of.
I just want to get that out of the way, all right. So just but now you mentioned Zacatecas, pues vamos a hablar español.
Okay.
I've heard you speak Spanish. You butcher that too. And Phoenix Star.
And Phoenix was just.
Jeez.
I've always liked the name, the way it sounded. I had to add a last name or something just because I know Phoenix would be taken already. The name Phoenix, so I had to come up with Phoenix Star.
Now, when you guys were training at Gil's Garage, did you keep backyard wrestling, or was that done? Did they tell you guys no more?
No, we did one show, and that's when the 9/11 attacks happened, and that's kind of when everything changed for us. It just we stopped doing the backyard. Some of the guys it was 30 of us that used to do it. Some of the guys just grew up already. We got jobs. Became responsible. We're the only ones that weren't.
and that's kind of like a thing that we kind of appreciate is that little group that we started off with, man, they're still cheeros. They're still behind us. They're still like, hey man, keep it up, because it's like we're representing everybody. Like Captain Marvelous that you guys know so well. He was part of that group.
Wow.
That's
he was my neighbor too.
Yeah, he was his neighbor. They did it at his front yard, then his backyard, then his neighbor's backyard. So it was like that little community that still cheers for us, and they we kind of do it for them. We're still representing everything that we started with.
Did any of talk to those 30?
Yeah, still, not all 30, but some of them move out of state, but we still keep in contact with a lot. Sometimes when there's like a WrestleMania, we all get together. We still act the pooch.
We do get together at least once a year.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You guys are still like family, like brothers.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like those like you don't talk for a while, but when you see each other, it's like nothing changed.
Did anybody else make it from that, or kept trying to go?
That was the next question I was going to ask. Yeah.
As far as you know.
It's one of them actually. His name is Charles Mercury. I don't know if you guys ever heard of him.
Yeah, Charles Mercury.
He was doing it for 5 years after we did the backyard, and then.
Well, Leo Blaze.
From
Championship Wrestling.
Oh, okay.
He started with us as well.
Yeah.
He's still doing it.
Yeah, he's actually the only one that's still doing it.
Yeah, it's pretty much us three.
Now, when you after you backyard wrestle, you started training. Do you remember who your first match was against, and was it individual or tag team yet?
No, I think our first match was against each other.
For UEW.
For 1 or 2 years, we were going against each other.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Love that first chop.
It's just, at that time, there wasn't any real luchadores doing American style.
Yeah.
And we came from straight lucha training. And we needed to learn American style because we just saw. I used to go to a lot of like American mixed style shows like Revolution Pro,
XPW,
GSCW, like at the time. And we're like, man, we have more of a chance of getting booked over here. Mm-hmm. And so we started training with Andre. He taught us American style. Then we went to Revolution Pro, which kind of continued, but we kind of made a mix. And we had to teach the American guys how to base lucha. Yeah. So when we wrestled them, we wouldn't get hurt.
Yeah. Right.
But they were like, you guys only know how to do that with your guys' selves. So you guys are wrestling each other, and they would never separate us.
So that's why we had to learn how to do both. And a lot of luchadors just stick to lucha. A lot of Americans American. So we're the only two luchadors, I guess you could say, here in SoCal that could do both styles.
Wow.
Yeah.
I have a quick question. Is it really difficult to wrestle with the mask? Because I hear that sometimes it is because of ring awareness when you're inside. Because, we could see through the sides, but when you have the mask on, you can't see the corners. Is it difficult sometimes? Like, you might get whiplash or by a kick or anything like that? Or?
Yeah, it is difficult, but, after a while, we just modify it a little bit more, and somehow you just tweak the mask a little bit more until it gets to the point where it's perfect. Yeah.
But then at the same time, you wear it so much it becomes part of you.
Yeah.
Like in reality, it does. Like you develop these reflexes with your neck that kind of allows you to cheat on the peripheral vision. So it's just it just becomes second nature.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, you mold into it, and then, or like what I did, I just made the eyes bigger. You know,
when you first started wrestling each other, did you wear the masks or?
Yeah, we did. When we started, I guess you could say it professionally.
Mhm.
We started with our characters.
Yeah, we've only been
going into McDonald's wearing the mask, or
yeah, we get laughed at, you know, especially back then when it wasn't respected. Of
Right.
what's going on here, you know?
Yeah.
But now, I mean, obviously, it's because of Nacho Libre. Lucha's been a little bit more accepted, more exposed. So then now it's not just like a funny thing. It's actually somewhat respected now in the Mexican community and the American community.
Now, when the promoter comes up to you, well, I'm guessing did they give you guys your gimmick?
No, we chose our own gimmick.
Oh, so you chose to wear the mask?
We
So
developed everything.
I was gonna say, how was it? How did you guys feel when they told you guys are gonna wear a mask? Well, what made you guys decide? Oh, I want to wear. We want to wear masks to wrestle.
We talked about it. I remember we were trained. We love lucha so much that we started talking about like, hey, what are we gonna do? Are we gonna wear a mask or are we not? And we came. That's when we sat down and just said, hey, let's be masked wrestlers. And we drew. I remember drawing the mask, the design. We were designing it, and we gave it to the mask maker, and he just did a good job. It looked exactly the way we did when we
like
painted.
that. And that's the thing too. I grew up watching lucha. American, like WWE, I watched later in my life.
Yeah.
I was older when I got exposed to that, because growing up in a Mexican home, you watch lucha libre, they're like, that's real.
Yeah.
You watch American style, that's fake.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's like, your parents are your biggest influence. And I had an uncle that was diehard lucha. He used to go to Grand Olympic all the time.
I was about to say, because I used to go see Tinieblas and Mil Máscaras and Santos, well, the son, because the father already passed a long time ago. Yeah. But it's a different atmosphere.
Yeah, it is.
It's really good. And of course, you hear the whistles like crazy.
Oh, yeah.
You don't hear that much now.
That's where wrestlers get stabbed, too, because they think it's real, you know, and it's happened.
Yeah.
And that's the thing that, growing up, I was just a huge lucha libre fan. So I knew from the beginning, if I was to ever do this, it was going to be into the match, just because, you know, growing up, they were my Batman, they were my Robin, they were my, Superman, but a little bit better because you actually knew they existed, you know, and in that ring, that was their, battleground. So they were real life superheroes. Yeah. You know, and
I know what you mean, exactly. Yeah. That's how I felt with Hogan, Piper, and Andre.
Exactly, yeah.
So back in the early 80s. But that's pretty cool. So now, how long did you last with Revolution, with pro wrestling?
Well, like somewhere around 2005, that's when.
Till it ended. From when we started till it ended.
Now from there, did you go look to some other place? Did you go with AWS after that, or? Yeah,
fortunately, because of them allowing us to be part of their show, it created
we got
exposure.
We got a lot of exposure, and it was before the internet was as big as it is now.
Wow.
Well,
before
back then,
Facebook,
you couldn't send the video to the East Coast. You had to send the tape.
Yeah.
And then they had to send you another one. You know, it was tape trading back then.
Wow.
Yeah. We're pretty old.
So that's the thing. It was a little harder to market yourself. So
David used to go back with telegrams.
Morse code and all that.
Yeah, pretty much. Back in the day, it was like Mayday, Mayday. That was pretty much David's era.
No, yeah, I mean it was harder. You know, it was harder, but Revolution Pro was known. Like Ron Rivera had it. He had a little community that would follow him. We would go to TJ, boom, everybody knew about it because the tapes would flow over there. We'd go to the, San Francisco, whatever, everybody would know because the tapes would flow over there.
Even from what I heard, even Japan.
Yeah, Japan.
Wow.
Would know about Revolution Pro, yeah.
So how did you get the call to Revolution Pro?
No, we,
How did you?
They had heard about us because we were doing, I guess our matches were getting talked about. And then when we joined, we just decided to go just to try it out. I guess we joined their school, right?
Oh, okay.
We joined the school.
And
first.
I remember when we showed up, I remember Ron Rivera was like, yeah, hey guys, I've heard about you guys, and I'm happy that you guys are here. You know, and that's from there on, we just felt right. That's when we got to train with Scorpio Sky, Chris Bosch, Quicksilver, all the up-and-coming stars, and it was just the best.
Yeah, we got training with Super Dragon. Like the Young Bucks, we were on the same class.
Wow.
Yeah, so it was a fun time.
When did you guys decide to become a tag team?
Well, you see, we decided since the beginning.
Yeah.
But the promoter never wanted us to. And then Bart started AWS. And I remember he was like, "Hey, fuckers."
Sounds like Bart.
You guys are going to team up. And we're all like, "Oh, sweet. Finally."
Bart's the Vince McMahon of SoCal.
Yeah, Los Luchas was created at an AWS show. Yep. And the crazy thing is, I have horrible memory. Pretty much. But I really do think that our very first match was against Little Cholo and B-Boy, which is what we're going to have next at AWS.
Wow.
Yeah, so, thanks to Bart, Los Luchas were created.
And never.
No,
ever since then we haven't separated.
No, not since then.
But before we go further with AWS, did you guys like for example ever wrestle without the mask? Let's say as a substitute. I mean, let's say you guys did a tag match, but then they needed a substitute, and like, oh, you know what? Someone didn't show up, so I'm going to wrestle, but I'm not going to have the mask on. Did you guys ever do that?
No, we haven't.
Like we've never done it in an independent show, but we had to do it when we were in WWE. Yeah, that
was the first time we had to wrestle without a mask at WWE. It was the time where Rey Mysterio was making his big comeback. Mm-hmm. So WWE didn't allow us to wear the mask. So it was a last minute thing. We were under the impression that we were gonna.
Well, they had called us, and they need 2 mask guys for this, squash match against La Resistance. And we show up, and everybody's super respectful. It was a good time. And then they come up to us, and they're all like, our agent. It was oh my God!
Don't worry, agent. He must have not been very good.
No, he was the voice, Johnny.
Oh, Johnny.
And so
he wasn't very good.
It's funny, like we're ready for the match, and he comes up to us and he goes, "Guys, I got something to tell you." He's all, "We need you guys on the show, or you guys can't come out with the mask."
Is there gonna be any problem? And he's like, "But just in case, I won't let you guys know that if you guys." This is a one-in-a-lifetime chance that you guys have right now. Mm-hmm. So if I was you guys, I would do it. So we thought about it.
I was ready to walk out. I told them,
thank you. I told them, I had to hold them down, and I told them, no, look, he's right. This is the only one chance that we have, and let's see what happens after this. So we decided to do it, and we got announced as Los Luchas without the mask.
Yeah, that was
but that was back then,
Did anybody recognize you?
Yeah, the funniest thing is on SoCal Uncensored, it's like they do like a thread, right? They're all like, "Oh, local wrestlers on WWE in San Diego," and then all of a sudden they go, "Oh, this is Los Luchas," and they put a picture, and then all on the bottom it's like, "Wait a minute, I see those guys at all the shows. That's them?" And we're like, "Yeah,
those are the fuckers right there."
I felt like that when I first went to the Piñata Dome because you had invited Captain Marvelous.
Right.
And I hadn't met you yet.
Yeah.
So I guess I ran into you and you shook my hand and everything, and I see you in the ring. I'm like, that guy.
It's funny.
And like, but what a difference.
Yeah.
I mean, from the personality to in the ring, you're like, it is like a Superman Clark Kent thing. Like,
it's I mean, I love it because I used to say, do my match, hurry up and change and watch the rest of the show because I'm a huge wrestling fan. Like I'm not like those guys that wrestle and then whatever. I don't even watch wrestling. No, call me a mark. I don't care. I'm a big wrestling man. I watch everything on TV right now. And so, I used to just sit next to people, start conversation. Hey, that match was good, blah, blah, blah. Every once in a while, I'll be like, hey, did you get to catch the second, third match, or fourth match, whatever match I was in? Just to see how they would think about it. But they wouldn't know until that day. Then, next thing you know, like, I walked out and people just kind of, the next turn. And I'm like, all right, I think that ended there.
I'm always getting mad at him for doing
that.
Yeah. Like, hey, I always tell him, hey, after the match, stay here. Kayfabe.
I mean, now with the beard, it's a little hard. It's very easy to recognize. But prior to the beard, it was easy.
And just for the listeners that are listening right now, they do have their mask on. We can't see what they look like, but they're, I can see the tears and sweat coming out through their mask.
I got ventilation on mine. It's like the characters in...
I mean, it's hot in here, but it's a good thing that David finally got his AC unit fixed.
It's hot because I'm right here next to you.
Anyway,
have you guys teamed up with another masked wrestler, Mariachi?
We've done
Mariachi, Horus.
Oh, okay.
There's been a lot.
Yeah, we both wrestle. Yeah, I mean, come on, 14 years.
Oh, goodness, I'm sure you guys went with a lot of hitters.
Yeah, we've been fortunate enough to just team up with all this great talent, especially in SoCal. Cause that's what we like to represent, you know.
And you guys, because I looked it up at Wikipedia. I mean, you know, it gives you everything. And sometimes
don't believe everything.
Yeah, don't believe everything. But you guys wrestled mostly almost every entire roster. How did you guys ever face the Ballards?
Oh, we faced them quite a few times. Yeah.
Did they beat you?
It's been both ways.
I just want to see how you guys know. Have you guys ever played the trick on them, like with the whole, you know, you get banged up and then he will come and rescue you and then, you know, do the swiping.
What they know now with the Bella Twins, Twin Magic.
Yeah. Oh, hey, they started it all. I remember our first match they did that. I couldn't stop marking off for that. That's an awesome spot. We can't do it because back in the day we had completely different gear. I was a little shy, so I used to always wear a shirt, like not a shirt, but like a singlet, and so we look completely different. Yeah. Recently, I don't know, the last 4 years, we
actually started looking like a tag team.
Yeah, we went more the traditional way.
He used to wear a different color. I used to wear a different color, but we were still a tag team. So yeah, it's been 4 years since we've been wearing the same colors.
I still can't believe AWS. So that's when
AWS. Yeah, and I mean, a lot of times they ask us, "Where'd you get your names?" And we got our names at Revolution Pro.
Right.
And when AWS called us, hey, we need, you know, like, what's your names? Everybody knew us from training as Los Luchas because we were the only guys that did lucha. So I remember we were about to come out of the curtain. We had no idea. And this guy named Travis, he just comes up to the mic and he goes, "And now introducing blah, 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 Los Luchas." And ever since then, it's stuck.
Now, did you guys think at that time you guys would be as big throughout just throughout the state? I mean, I know you guys have been all over, but did you guys think that you would be as big as you are around the state right now?
No, man. I was happy wrestling in the backyard. You know, like everything else is just, you know, like.
I don't think we've ever thought, like, we were just happy doing this. Like, we never thought about where this is gonna go. We're happy that at this point in our careers, the chances that we're getting, we're happy that they're happening now, that we're more mature, that we understand, and that we appreciate everything that we're getting now. So.
Yeah, like to me, Mexico was just a dream growing up. You know, like I didn't even have papers growing up, so I didn't even think I was ever gonna go to Mexico. And then to go to Mexico because of wrestling is a huge thing. To go to Europe because of wrestling, to go to Japan, you know, it's just anywhere. You know, we lived in Puerto Rico for a little bit because of wrestling. You know. Yeah. Other than that,
and you perform everywhere.
Fortunately, yeah, we've been.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
How's your family? Like, well, you grew up in a very like you said, lucha libre, and you watch more in the WWE.
I was more into American, yeah.
How did you? Well, when you told them you wanted to be a wrestler, and you were gonna be a wrestler, how did your mom and dad take it?
They didn't know. My parents didn't. My parents never found out, even when we were doing the backyard wrestling.
Wow.
They never. I had to keep this on the.
It was in his front yard, and they never knew.
Like it was at your house.
Yeah.
Let me ask you.
We would clean up after.
We would make sure that they were gone.
I used to wrestle out in front with my brother, and my mom would always tell me this. So tell me, like, maybe I'm sure they saw you wrestle, maybe joking around, maybe.
Right.
Did they ever tell you, like, oh, do you have brothers and sisters?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you ever wrestle your little brother or something?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Did they ever give you, like my mom did? One day you're gonna leave your brother in the wheelchair.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, my brother's younger but bigger than me, so like they used to tell him that. So yeah, it was like one day.
Before wrestling though, I wanted to be a boxer.
Oh, okay.
So I wanted it so bad that I remember buying the gear, buying the stuff, and I wanted to sign up, but my mom was the one that stopped my dad from doing that.
Wow.
And then she's like, no, I don't want you to become like the rest of the boxers that have their face pretty banged up. And she's like, oh, I mean, at that point, that's why I knew my mom was against me doing anything physical.
Right.
But you know, wrestling was something that was just.
I'm curious to see. I'm imagining in my head that putting up the ring and taking it down. Like, I got 2 hours. My mom's coming home in 2 hours.
Exactly.
So you never got close to getting caught?
No.
And your neighbors never said anything.
Oh, the neighbors would go out and watch.
They knew the neighbor next door liked us so much that he told us that we could use his backer, so we started using the backer.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's when it got bigger. That's when we actually had we had 120 one time. 120.
Wow.
120.
Now, did you charge or it was just?
No, it
free.
was just free.
Wow. Do you ever wish?
Looking back
now,
yeah.
Damn, I could have bought myself a little. Who was your favorite wrestler then?
American wrestling.
Yeah, growing up.
I had a lot.
Because you said you would copy.
Well,
yeah.
I've always liked American wrestling, but my dad was always the one telling me, mijo. They talk a lot. You're just watching a novela. watch.
To this day, it still does that. You know?
It's a good one, though.
But, but I remember just liking Ultimate Warrior, Hulk Hogan, Undertaker, all those characters. But my dad would always tell me, watch Mexican wrestling. Look at what they do. So I used to watch it, but I wasn't big on it as much as I was on American wrestling. But yeah, Ultimate Warrior was my American. Yeah, I don't know why I was second.
Yeah, with me it was just anybody. I used to love the whole show from beginning to end. I was used to like be that little kid that as soon as somebody would win, I'd jump up on the couch. Then my dad would smack me to calm down, and it was just like so. I would always go to my uncle's house because he would get into it like I did.
Right.
And so I remember like the big feud between Love Machine and Blue Panther.
Yeah.
And it was just so emotional and this and that. And I remember the last match when he finally took away our bar's mask. Me and my uncle jumped up and down, and we did all this noise that the bottom neighbor had to, hit the escoba up on the roof to tell us to shut up. My dad came over. He gave me a big talk. This is the first time he didn't beat me because I did something bad. He just actually gave me a talk, and he's asking me like, why you get so emotional? Like because they were very reserved.
Yeah.
And I told him I don't know. It was something that came out naturally. So I always knew I wanted to do it. And then after we broke so much furniture in our house, I knew that we would do it. So it's just at a certain point of your life that this is something you probably are gonna try.
Now, what did your parents think when they saw it, when they found out?
Yeah, they never knew. My mom's only seen me wrestle once.
Wow.
But it's only because we also do Lucha VaVOOM, and that's kind of more of a safe.
Right.
But I can't let her go see one of those lucha matches because, she gets a little crazy.
Have you had any hardcore matches since you've been professional like that are like, that are...
Well, I mean, we've done a few like first blood matches in a cage against, Machine Gun and Joey Ryan, and those were kind of brutal. We bled a few times, but I don't think we've ever got to the point where it would need to get hardcore. We've done a couple against Rockness where it's like tables, ladders, and chairs. Those were really fun. But not anything where it's like, damn, these guys are gonna break their backs.
Yeah, none of those light bulbs.
Yeah, no, we're not good at those.
That's what you mean.
I can sell a chop, but not a light bulb.
That's serious hardcore horror.
We had a question from on Twitter from BDanger323.
Tweet.
Says you guys are the best tag team.
Oh, thank you, man.
Thanks.
But he also wants to know what's your worst injury that you guys have had, if any, in wrestling.
Good question.
Just we've been knocked out a couple of times.
Yeah.
Wow.
This guy went on a roll. I think it was like 5 in the same year.
Yeah, 5 in.
What?
Yeah.
Well, just a bad, different moves or?
Just we were wrestling guys that are pretty stiff. Pretty stiff. So
Don't get excited now.
That's Roy. Didn't you just hear this on the table?
Yeah, it just happened. It happened earlier in our career before we knew what we knew now. So it's just we wanted to do things that weren't normal back then.
It's because we all blame Rey Mysterio and Psychosis.
Right.
Those guys are crazy, but they were so good. So you try to emulate them, and sometimes stuff doesn't go the right way, so you land on your head, or somebody connects a little too hard with that elbow on the chin. And I messed up my knee pretty bad. Yeah, but we've been fortunate because a lot of it has to do because we have not stopped training. So we maintain our body kind of ready for that impact. But yeah, knock on wood, but we haven't had any crazy injuries.
We learned a lot though from those injuries. A lot.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Here comes the question of the day right here from me. The girlfriends, wives. I'm sure you wear the masks all the time. Not like that. No, I'm not going there. I was gonna say you have the girls that they come up to you during the show and they're like, hey, whatever. Do you have you been
David,
tempted to
just
take
say
off the
it.
mask or
Just say if they
like
use protection.
hey,
Not
no,
the mask.
not that kind of.
Okay. I'm just curious. Maybe.
Not like your question that you wanted to ask, do they wear the mask while they're doing it?
Not true.
No, go ahead. But I'm saying, like, the girls. Well, are you married?
He's married and I have a girlfriend.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So the wife in Mexico. I'm just kidding. We're kidding. I don't want you getting divorced. Come sue me. We'll be on Judge Judy.
We have another knockout tonight.
Yeah.
Now my
Well, yeah, if you think about it, you guys could like spice it up. Where when the moments there have the mask on, get a little crazy, a little romance going on.
Nobody said it hasn't happened.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But at that time, it's not a team. We're not a team.
Yeah. Yeah. There's no hot tag.
There's no like, hey.
That's what we do singles work.
So you're married.
I'm married.
All right. Married. Did you meet her at a wrestling, or just she has nothing to do with wrestling?
Through another, I guess you could say a colleague of mine.
Oh, okay.
Another wrestler.
But how does she like you being in the business? Does she tell you, I want you to stop already, or?
Since day one, she's been supportive. I've had girlfriends before that I had to leave because of wrestling was an issue.
Mm.
So when I met her and she fell in love with it, and ever since, I would like to think that the reason why I'm still doing it is because of her. Supports me.
Yeah, sometimes we're like, man, take a day off. Like, we feel bad that you guys have to show, especially if lucha shows. Sometimes there's like 5 matches in 40 minutes each. So it's like,
they always want to come down.
But they're always there to support us.
They always support us, yeah.
Yeah, we're grateful for that.
Are not married.
Not married.
How does she? She's real supportive. Or?
Yeah. I'm lucky. We're both lucky. The ladies in our life support us, and they're at the shows about 90% of the time. Whether we're, like, as long as they're able to go. Obviously, if it's like one of those things where you have to fly or whatever, no. But anytime we drive, we make it a trip because sometimes the weekend does take away time from, special time we get out together. So we just make it like a moment. Mm. We go together, we have a good time, we drive back together, and it's just like killing 2 birds with 1 stone,
Yeah.
Where's been your favorite out of California? Either another state or another country. Where has been your favorite place that you would go every week if you could? Mexico, Japan, Europe.
Mine was Europe.
Europe?
Yeah, Europe was the best.
How long?
I actually went without him at that time. Yeah. He was
I had a quinceañera I had to go attend to. That's real.
I would have been like, see you guys later. Europe? Did you get Europe? Did you give him shit for it?
I deserve it, but it was my cousin.
He deserved it. Yeah. It was Doncaster, England.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And we actually went to Amsterdam as well.
Okay.
So it was like 2 weeks of wrestling.
Wow.
Type thing, yeah.
So how are the styles different? Because I hear that Mexico has one style, Japan is another style, Europe's another style, United States another style. How was it easy for you guys to adapt to?
Well, luckily because of the training, because we trained everywhere and we never stopped, so we were able to learn enough and then learn the rest with the experience. In the matches like Mexico, it's a lot of movement, a lot of high spots, not much psychology, but at the same time, the crowd gets involved like there's psychology, you know what I'm saying? And then American style, it's like you watch Stone Cold, 2 wrestling moves, but damn, you're on the edge of your seat waiting to see what's gonna happen next. They great psychology. And then like in Japan, like Torimon at the time when we used to watch that all the time because that was our favorite. It's when like the lucha and American started evolutionizing into one. Mm-hmm. It started merging into one and just kind of like kicking it to the next level. Now like Ricochet or Puma, like they taking it to a completely different level, especially with the abilities they have, with all the high flying, techniques they make up in the ring. But it's like the thing about wrestling, it's an art.
Yeah.
And like in art, the more people are exposed to it,
exactly,
it's the more innovative it becomes. It just means that it never stops evolving. That's one of the reasons you can't stop training. Because you start training, that's where you stop. As it keeps going forward, you're still staying in the same spot. So you kind of got to keep up with it.
I think Zorka's trying to tell me something.
He's
like dead eyeing me right now. I'm like, I'm feeling it.
You could finish one class. I see you. Ropes and everything.
Phoenix is just being nice right now.
It's like, I know, Phoenix is like,
That's usually
he's like saying,
it's like at training we have such a tight group right now.
Mm-hmm.
We got Rays, we got Tyler Bateman, we got Doug, the new guys, we got Eli, we have Chaz, we have guys that have been doing it for a while. Ray Rosa sometimes goes, Yuma, Peter.
Check out that.
So, and it's like,
even what's his name? Famous B.
Yeah, B.
Yeah, Famous B.
Who would have think a black man was beating?
Here we go.
Yeah, I'm dark enough, so I probably attracted him with the music. But you see, like, hey, and that's the thing,
Black man flies.
Yeah.
You never see it all the time.
Yep, that's true.
Just a plug for you, B. Anyways.
Don't you remember the beatdown he gave you a couple weeks ago?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, you know what? I do have a bad stiff neck, thanks to him and B-Boy and my Dachi Loco. They're going to hear from my attorney.
You guys have heat then?
Huh?
You guys have heat?
I was just trying to come
He
out
decided.
here. Will you let me finish?
No, I'm gonna tell him because you're gonna lie.
I'm not gonna lie. I
He
just come out here.
decided to wear his Hulk Hogan gear
Oh.
on the day that Famous B decided to come over here and be,
Brother.
be with D-Boy.
Exactly,
for his
brother.
Brother.
All I was trying to do, bro, is just to come out here and have a little good time with the bros. And what they do, they come from behind and beat the shit out of me. So that's what happened.
Hey, that's the first and only time you'll get hit by Sexy Star.
I know, yeah, they used her, and it's on YouTube, unfortunately.
So, and then you wrestled on the East Coast, the West Coast,
Multiple times.
How is the crowd different from the East Coast compared to the West Coast?
The crowd seemed to be the same. The wrestling's a whole different.
Is it?
Yeah.
The wrestling was. We wrestled a card where they had 22 matches.
Yeah.
It wasn't even a TV.
It was like a
taping.
fest.
It was just.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
How long did that show last?
It
5
started
hours?
Early in the morning, ended late at night. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
How long was the match?
I bet you a lot of people were butt
It's a
sweating
regular
there, huh?
match.
Yeah. Just
Yeah.
sitting
Yeah,
out.
10 to 15.
Sweating on her ass.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, I guess that's what they're used to because that wasn't the first, second, or third time they've done that.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, but like in the East Coast, a lot of them, it's a smart crowd.
Right.
They're waiting for that "you fucked up" chant to happen.
Have you had any of those chants?
In our career, everybody has,
Right.
like, we've had it as well, but we've had a lot of holy shit ones too. So
Yeah.
that's,
How do you feel? I've always wondered, how does the wrestler feel when you get that? Do you just say, fuck it, we'll just... Or do you
You
kind of...
see,
When
like,
you get
the you fucked up chant first?
oh,
you just gotta get up and just continue. Yeah. You can't
it's
let
like,
that-
how do you make the crowd forget that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like in Mexico. I was like a little kid the first time we wrestled in Mexico.
Who'd you wrestle in Mexico the first time?
It was us two versus these two guys that were from AAA called the Ego Boys.
Okay.
And this is the thing that you arrive, everybody's like, man, who are these guys? Who are these guys? We know these guys, but who are these guys? Who are these guys? Wait, they're going over?
And
Wait, who are these guys?
Yeah, they were against it because we're two lucha guys that are American
Yeah.
with a mask showing up to Mexico. So picture that, So yeah, they were against us winning.
And the thing is that we came from like an American style where, a lot of the times you show up, you're there early, everybody gets in the ring, you do your thing, prep your match. Over there, no. Over there, you just sit down, you look at them in the eyes, and he goes, "You guys want to do this? Yeah, all right." And that's kind of it.
Right.
So we're out there, right? I'm excited no matter what because I know what we could do. But I just remember I'm telling this guy, dude, I'm accomplishing a dream here, Like, I never expected this to happen. Our music hits. We're like, all right, let's do this. I'm always really not nervous, but I have like a superstition. I never like to come out of the curtains first.
Right.
And so he comes out, we open up the curtains, we raise up our hands, and the first thing I hear is, "Chinga tu madre, pinche pocho!" I'm like, oh my God. Everybody's booing us. Everybody's like, go back to Los Angeles, go back to the norte.
Oh, good.
We're like, are you kidding me? And I'm looking at them like, honestly,
I love the
eyes are
Mexican story.
tearing.
It cracks me up.
Dude, my eyes are tearing
Pinche
up.
pendejo.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that story. It's great.
They're just like, boo, boo. And then all of a sudden you hear like a little couple of guys, cheering because they have PWG tapes. But the thing is that I'm like bummed out. Like, I'm just like trying to get into it, but it's like my adrenaline just dropped to the ground and left my body. And I remember I'm just looking at this guy. I'm like, dude, we got to kick ass today, man. This is my dream, and it's not going the way I thought it would.
It's becoming a nightmare now.
Yeah, and so we're doing the match. we're going, you know, like it started off, you know, a little bit of hold to hold. Crowd's on their side, completely their side. Anytime we raise up our hands, you know, screw you. And we start doing it with the spots. The next thing you know, it's like, oh. And it's, oh.
Yeah.
And then it's, oh, all right. And then by the middle of the match, they're like switching over. And they're cheering us. And then next thing you know, it's a cheer on both sides. The finish comes, we go over, and it's like the crowd erupts. Everybody on their feet, and I got goosebumps. I got teary-eyed for a completely different reason again. And I'm just like looking at this guy like, dude, this was amazing. We're going to the back, and we're like on a high. And we're just walking into the back dressing room, and all the wrestlers in the back are standing up, and as soon as we walk in, they start applauding.
Wow.
And I was like, what is going on? This never happened. And everybody, because they had a monitor, and they just start clapping, and I was like,
it's like we earned the respect.
That was the time I said, you know what? All these years of training nonstop, all these years of always trying to do our stuff, all these years of like busting our ass, you know, like putting ice on our injuries, were worth it.
Did it feel like, not to be cheesy, if you've seen it, Rocky IV, that's what I'm thinking of. When Rocky wins over the Russian crowd, did you get that kind of?
Exactly. It was like unreal. I was pinching myself. I was, you know, like telling this guy to chop me just to see if I was waking up or not. That was probably like the moment I remember the most in our career. Because Mexico is one of my dreams.
Right.
Did you want to say something?
Yes. You guys recently did Global Force Wrestling.
Oh yeah.
That's another one that we had to pinch ourselves as well.
That was a fun one.
It was really fun, yeah. It looks like that company is gonna be pretty big.
Is that a new company that just recently started?
Jeff Jarrett's.
Jeff Jarrett's company, yeah.
Oh, now this got to be in Tennessee then.
No, they were in Vegas.
Yeah,
this was Vegas, yeah. But from what I know, they are actually gonna travel.
Okay.
The world, yeah. So.
Vegas is gonna be their home base, though.
Okay. How did it feel when you guys got the call from? Did you get it from Jarrett himself or just somebody?
No, Sanjay is one of the boogers.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, he just asked us. He's all, you know, like I've been looking for lucha guys that could also translate over to American style. He's all, but for right now, I'm looking for a straight lucha 3-on-3 trios match.
Oh, okay.
And so I was like, yeah, we're up for it. And he's all, well, this is the other guys I have in mind. You know, he asked for my suggestions. I said, yeah. I mean, I've never been one of those guys. Oh, I don't want to wrestle that guy. We've never asked for anybody. We've never denied anybody. And we're like, yeah, we're on. And so we show up. I mean, well, a day before, we get another call from Sanjay, and he's like, you know what? We need 2 guys that could do American style against Reno Scum. And we're like, well, yeah, that's cool. You know, we could do American style as well.
Right.
And so he's all right. You guys don't have 2 matches, and we did the first match. It went over really good with the crowd.
The crowd was
loving it. Yeah,
really good,
I mean, the crowd was appreciating everybody's talents. So it was a good time, and I think there's a bright future with that.
A promoter wanted to do a handicap match, you guys against me, but that never happened. I don't know what happened. But speaking of handicap match, did you guys ever do one? Like, you guys against someone big.
Oh,
a big individual.
Yeah.
In WWE?
Oh, yeah. I got to. It was me and some other guy. Again, we weren't together.
Don't tell me another quinceañera.
No. We showed up, but they ended up separating.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say.
I had a championship match.
He actually went
Morrison.
against. He went against Morrison.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm not gonna Google this. YouTube this. I mean.
I'm not sure if that one's on YouTube, but the one we did for all right. Well, I got paired up with Cafu, which was a wrestler from up north.
Yeah. Okay.
And we wrestled against Big Daddy B.
Oh.
And you know how that, I don't have to explain to you guys how that went.
Not you.
He didn't do his finishing pin on you.
I was stuck in there.
He disappeared. I just saw little legs, and that's it.
Yeah. Talking about WWE, there's a tag team there, and I'm sure I'm not sure. Have you been asked about them? Like, they when I first saw them on NXT, I thought of you guys at first, which is the Lucha Dragons.
Yeah.
This whole thing.
We personally know both of them.
Okay.
We see the similarities,
yes.
but But yeah, we're different though. We're different, but we do see why people think that we might be.
Yeah, we've got a few calls or messages on Facebook. Yes, hey, is that you guys?
Yeah.
Like, no, that guy's buff. I'm not.
But when you saw it, did you guys been like, damn, they kind of? Do you think somebody may have been looking at you guys?
I honestly, I'm glad that it's there.
Yeah.
You know, like the more exposure Lucha Libre gets, the better for everybody. It's not just us.
This hasn't happened to us with the way they look. It's happened to us with moves too. We've done some moves that we created, like just him and me, that we created at the gym, that have been taken away from us too. But you know, it's wrestling. It's like it's gonna happen.
To me, that's an honor. You know, like I seen. Sometimes we make a move, and back in the day when we wrestled each other, we'll do them because we can only do them to each other. And next thing you know, in Mexico, you see them, but I don't know. To me, it's cool. It's like, all right, they liked it that much that they had to steal it, so it's cool.
You know, about Lucha Underground. Have they reached out to you guys? I was surprised that you guys weren't on that roster.
Yeah, they reached out to us when they were about to start. It's just that, you know, like we're not young guys. You know, we wake up sore after a match that's, you know, like nice and heavy, and we have jobs. We have responsibilities. He's married. You know, we all have to pay our bills, and I take care of my mom. And in order for us to quit our job, it needs to be something that's going to replace that income.
Yeah.
And the offers they were giving, I mean, I appreciate the offers, but they just, you know, like, I'd rather give our slot to some young, hungry guy that could actually do something with it, you know?
Yeah, someone that would want to do it as a living.
Yeah,
we just do this for a hobby.
Okay.
It's a passion.
Yeah,
it's like we can't leave it.
Well,
I can't stop eating.
The way
donuts.
this hobby looks, it looks like a very successful career.
Yeah, it's fun. Yeah.
You know, for what you guys shared and told us, and then the travels and what you guys went through, that's what a lot of the indies wrestlers are trying to do, is to go wrestle like in Japan. Or go to Mexico. And you guys already aced that, and you guys are not that old. You know, you guys are probably, I know you guys have been doing it for a while.
No, we're not, but we do have priorities. We do have other things that we have to make sure that it's a balance. Like, at that point in our career, we're living our wrestling life was way up here,
right?
But our normal life back home wasn't good. So, you know, we have to find a balance. We have to make sure that, you know, both things are good.
Have you guys turned down any bookings just to spend time at home?
Yeah.
Like, just been like, you know what?
Yeah, we have.
You know, it sucks because I know that there's a lot of people that wish they could take those bookings, but we have to. I mean, it's because every time someone books us, we're gonna give it 120%. But we, you know, like if my girlfriend has a birthday, if his mom has a birthday, if my brother has a birthday, if his cousin, it's just like, you know, we need to do that. We need to do that. You know, we need to spend time with our family like we spend time with our wrestling family.
PWG. You said you were at PWG. Are you kind of, a lot of the questions that have come up now is they don't use as much SoCal talent as they used to. Who did you guys wrestle at PWG, and what do you guys think about them not using the SoCal talent as much?
We wrestled a lot of the guys there. Generico. Who else?
We wrestled the whole roster.
Why did you guys just say you guys pretty much kicked their asses?
No, we wrestled the whole roster. You know, I mean, from the guys that are in the big time right now to the guys that are still wrestling there.
You know, we're not. I mean, they're not using SoCal talent. That's their loss. You know, we think they should, but
you think there's enough talent now? I mean, that they can fill up a card with it, or
yeah, they definitely could. But I could see why they're trying to get outside talent, because they're trying to offer something different. You know, what's the difference between PWG and a local show here is the fact that they bring other guys from other places.
Is there somebody that you haven't wrestled that you would love to wrestle? And it doesn't have to be the big time, but maybe just somebody that's up and coming.
I don't know. I mean,
you all right there?
I'm fine. Please.
He's choking there.
I heard the Eye of the Tiger theme come up. I know someone's going to start training at but what's it called? No,
if you can complete a full training session, they might take you in the ring. What do you think?
Why not? Anything's possible.
No, I mean, honestly, I want to wrestle everybody.
Right.
Yeah.
Everybody. There's not one guy that I don't want to wrestle. I want to wrestle everybody because sometimes you learn from the guys that have been doing it for a year. There's a little thing that you'll learn, you know, and you'll learn something from the guys that have been doing it for 30 years. Mm-hmm. You know, I want to wrestle everybody. There's no specific names.
Same here. I don't think we used to Back then, we used to always talk about, hey, who do you want to wrestle? But nowadays, it's just whoever. It doesn't matter.
So when they book you now and they tell you, so you said you don't reject anybody, but you've never even thought about like, I don't know if I really want to wrestle these guys. They're kind of
there's times where you have to create a game plan.
Right.
You know, because you're like, all right, I like to do like say second rope head scissors. I can't do it here. But we have double teams where don't require a lot of strength. It just require a lot of like wow and noise, you know, with the ring and everything. So that's what we get away with. We have a game plan for like different situations. And lucha is different than when we do American. You know, obviously the moves.
So
and we like to switch it up.
Obviously, with us doing this for a long time, there's the experience that we have, that we know that if we're gonna wrestle a certain person, we know what to do to that person. So you know what I mean? Like we adjust our moves. So no matter what, no matter who you put us against, we're still gonna.
And then one of the things that I love doing, and you could ask Johnny Yuma if you ever run into him, I love telling them to do something they say they can't do. Like I tell them if we were doing a deja vu. Oh, I've never done that. I'm like, but you're doing it today. Oh, but you're small. I'm like, I'm telling you because I know how to base. So we'll do it, and then next thing you know, oh, I didn't know I could do that. and that's what I like to do.
Right.
You know, like I told Yuma once, you gotta do like a front flip off the ropes into a head scissor. Oh, I can't do that. I've never done that. I'm like, dude, just throw your body at me, and we'll do the rest. And then we do it. So that's the thing I love to do. You know, especially with guys that are good. You know, if it's a guy that's kind of like, you know, off to himself bitter, then we'll just do the professional type of work, you know?
Well, you know, what he said also to, when I was training with him one time, he told me, next week, if you come, you're going to do this move.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So he's
That is him. Yeah.
So
it's because I tell him.
He's like, you're going to do this move. So in other words, you're not going to, you know, make sure you eat, catch your breath, you know. You're not going to tap out.
That mentality that he just said right now, we actually carry that to training.
Mm-hmm.
We push you to the point where you're gonna figure out that you're gonna get to know your body and your abilities. So, and then, you know, little by little, you're gonna get that trust, and you're gonna start doing moves that you never thought you could have done.
It's like I love when they give me that look. Like, are you kidding me?
It's a scare look.
And I'm like, I'm
no
not
way.
kidding you. I'm letting you know because I know what you can do, and I know who you're doing it with.
Well, how does it feel to get that reputation? Because every wrestler that comes in here, and they mention Santino, first thing they say is, oh, we got the Los Luchas training. They go, that's fucking tough as hell.
It's not tough. Don't scare the rest of the people. Come on, it's not tough. But
how does it feel like to know, like, I mean, we heard it
it's
from
quite
famous
experience.
PE,
It's great.
Even Shelly, right? Even Shelly Martinez sometimes will say, oh, I have to go to Los Luchas training.
Well, it's the
Positive
same thing.
amigos.
It's the same thing we said. Even if you, let's break it down. Even if you've been wrestling for a long time, you're still gonna learn something from our class. If you barely started, well, of course you're gonna learn. So what we do is we just do the same thing all the time, just the same routines. We just change up a little things.
And then the thing too is like, all right, what would you prefer? If we have the opportunity to teach somebody how to do to teach somebody how to do something the right way, would you not rather see them do it well since they're representing SoCal? Or would you rather be greedy and hide all your talent so that everybody's just struggling, you know, or not doing great stuff? Because everything goes full circle. You'll run into them later on in your career, you know, and when you're going to wrestle them, would you rather them know how to do it right or not know how to do it right? But don't get me wrong. A lot of the guys that go into the class are great wrestlers already.
Yeah.
We put a little bit of tweaks here and there, and then we kind of like just challenge them on things that they tell us that they can't do. But it's training. It's training. And I'm just, if we're doing something good for SoCal, like Joey is with Santino Bro School, then I'm just glad that they mention us, you know, because a lot of the credit is to them. They're the ones that show up. We're getting a workout.
Right.
You know, we want to show up and sweat too, because, you know.
Who's the, don't answer this one, you're going to answer after this.
Okay.
Who's the tougher teacher?
What, you guys know the answer? Or?
No, I want you guys to answer, and then he's going to tell, I want him to say who he thinks is the tougher one.
He's a more vocal. Obviously, you guys can tell by the way this is going. And I try to be
So he's the bad cop,
yeah,
you're the good cop?
yeah, that's the only way we see that it works.
All right, Butcher.
Who's the toughest teacher?
Yeah, who's the bad cop, who's the good cop?
Actually, they're both bad cops.
Yeah, like.
But you know what? Here's the deal. Even before when I was doing regular American training, you know, but because I would go and sometimes I would just go and sit and look at you guys train. And also that's how sometimes I would see some of the guys, you know, when I would just go over there and just kick back a little bit. But at the same time, it was fun because I remember me and Mongo, and I'm like, geez, these guys are like go-karts. They're like super quick in there. But when I experienced, you weren't there that time, but I was with him. And you show a lot of heart and passion. So, you know what, safety was more my concern, especially like an old fart like me in there trying to do stuff like that.
They just called you a great wrestler. I just thought about that.
No, these guys are awesome.
He must have been absent that day.
But no, I mean it's an experience, and if you know, I'm not wrestling no more. But if I wanted to do it, you know, you guys are legit. You know, I would definitely put my body in your guys' safety.
Thank you, man. Thank you. Because that's the most important thing. We want to teach safety because it's like, how else are you gonna last?
Right.
It's all about longevity, man. Because there's a lot of guys they'll do something big for 3 years. And then all of a sudden you don't hear about it.
Yeah, they disappear.
And in training, I get excited, but this guy, he's the one that antagonizes me sometimes. He'll be like, all right, we're doing this, we're doing it, and then I just get excited. You know what I'm saying?
Most of the times I have to make sure. I'm surprised no other wrestler has tried doing something to him because he's too aggressive with the guys. Man. So yeah, pretty much he's the one that's the guy that's always yelling at you. And I'm the one that tries to have some sort of structure and change it up. Change it up. Every time we go in there, we'll change it up.
Did you have any? Have you had any of the young up and comers, like well, not up and comers, but the new class that they have now at Santino's, where they don't get to participate in the training yet? Like the new students.
We've had a few. I mean, even like Chaz, and then there's this guy Austin, and then there's Doug, who started already doing pretty well. Like he's getting booked off.
Doug was in Pacific Mania, right?
Yeah, actually that was his first public. But I mean, I know he came from New Jersey.
Yeah.
And he started off there a little bit. I guess Santino was the first location he came to, and then he's booming away now.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's like, you know, I see little things. Like I'm one of those guys that I get super excited. Like when I used to see B doing bad footwork, and then all of a sudden, like I see him on TV and he's doing our spots. And he does the finish, and I'm like, I mark out. I'm going crazy in my room, and then I talk to him like, dude, I saw that, and he's all excited, like, yeah, it looked good. And it's like when I see the new students do that, I go insane. You know, I turn into a little kid again watching those matches.
We sometimes talk about if we retire from doing shows, we're still gonna practice.
Yeah,
we're probably still gonna practice even till when we can.
Yeah,
I think that's our addiction, practice.
And then look at our teachers. Yeah. Our teachers were Superboy, Super Astro, the LA Fuckers, Águila Azteca. Yeah. They're still doing it.
Yeah, the LA.
Yeah.
They're still training.
And I gotta tell you something, Carissa. Age is not age is nothing but a number.
You're like 2 years older than me. Don't lie. Come on.
I get in there. I'd probably only bounce off the rope.
And
I know you got George, Captain Marvelous. He started training for a little bit.
Yeah, he showed up twice. He's so talented. When we used to do backyard wrestling, I didn't understand his gimmick back then. He used to do like a Backstreet Boy type thing.
Yeah.
I didn't understand it back then, but now looking back, I could say he was the most talented wrestler that we had at the time.
So much charisma.
So you imagine if he would have stick with it.
Oh man.
You never know, yeah.
Do you guys ever go to him and tell him like, damn, why didn't you?
I haven't, but he knows he had what he had at the time, and I think I would love to upload some of these videos on YouTube and showcase what we had at the time.
Yeah.
But then again, not only did he have talent there, I mean, look at what he does. Yeah. You know, he's an artist, and it's amazing what he does. You know, so I'm jealous of his.
I wish he could get paid for that.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah. He should. I know he's doing a book right now, so hopefully that comes out good. I know he's working with an author on a kid's book, so he's doing all the artwork for it.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. He's a really cool guy. I like him a lot.
For one hour, you guys are saying, because you guys done pretty much everything. Now that you just got through mentioning that you're going to pretty much, like, if you were to quit, you're still going to practice. Right now, you're teaching. You're on Tuesdays over at Santino. Mm-hmm. Would you guys ever think about maybe 10 years from now, let's say, for example, you may want to start your own little lucha show? I mean, your own little lucha training school, or
a school?
Yeah.
We're gonna stick around as far as Santino until Santino kicks us out. We're gonna stay there.
Right. No, I'm just saying. You guys are at a great location because look at all the people that's starting off right now, and they're all getting a good taste and they're learning a lot from you. So I was just wondering, what can we expect from you guys after that? Because I still say you guys can give more. Maybe do a book, documentary film. So many avenues that you can do.
There is a company in San Diego. It's they sponsor us. They're called Urban Ring Apparel.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're working on some kind of a documentary, and I know they want us involved in it. So, I mean, we'll see.
That'd be pretty awesome.
But as far as just like you said, even when we stop actually being entertainers in the ring, we're still gonna be kicking students' asses in the ring. Training. It's like our motto is, if we could do it at our age. Mm-hmm. You could do it at your age, so if we're not stopping, you don't stop.
I'm not saying my age. Because if we're close in age, I'm going to get shit for it.
No, but a lot of it is because we teach them how to cheat, how to cheat in the ring, how to take less steps, how to get up easier.
Less is more.
How to open up space so that you have more time.
I have fat people problems.
I work like a fat person. I don't want to take extra steps.
I went to Disneyland. I almost died going up damn Tarzan's house.
Look at Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens.
Hey, that's a perfect example.
That's my favorite.
That's a big. It has a keg on his belly.
You know what made me laugh Monday? I was watching him on Raw, and I told my wife, that's my inspiration. We have the same body. He can do it. I can do it.
But you see, it's like how he uses it.
Yeah.
It's how he uses it.
I can't do no damn cannonball.
Hey, you never know.
I do that cannonball. I'm gonna have a concussion.
Go to our training and not allow you to say no. So.
Now the LAW, right?
Right.
Was that your guys or somebody else's?
It was ours, yeah. It was our idea. It was us and a group of three other one of the guys that used to do backyard with us.
Oh, okay.
And two other guys that used to work for Revolution Pro.
So what happened?
So it was just people. It was a good idea, a good concept. You showed up to a show.
Yeah,
right?
I'm grateful because of you guys actually letting me sell there. We did increase business because of that, because we still get customers from there.
It was we started with the same idea, and then little by little, everybody had their own. It's still there. We never said we were gonna do this every year or every month or nothing. The company's still there.
Right.
Hopefully we could get that running in the near future. But for right now, as of right now, we just took some time off. So we're busy. Just doing Los Luchas is pretty tight. Yeah, you get it's too much work. You get too much on our plate.
You see, in that company, it was kind of more like the bookers were workers. So we knew how to talk to each other, plus respect each other, plus how to arrange each other to where everybody was happy. In the back, there'll be arroz, there'll be some frijoles.
The one thing that when we did when we started that company, we did a lot of things right, and we see that other companies start copying that. Mm-hmm. So I'm proud of what we did right there. So I think we did something good, and we changed the wrestling scene a little bit.
Yeah, because I think that's the first time I actually went to. It was a good mixture of lucha libre,
right,
but with American style wrestling. The one guy I liked from the show was Chris Cadillac. He stood out to me, and then he disappeared off the face of the planet.
You were saying off the fucking planet. You're gonna say.
There's a lot of good talent.
That's why I have LA.
But you guys gave a lot of opportunities to a lot of up and comers too.
Well, that's why the name said it all. It's Los Angeles Wrestling League.
Yeah.
Just because we wanted to showcase all the best wrestlers that SoCal has, and we booked probably 20% of what SoCal had. I'm pretty sure there's more guys that we could get.
Yeah, so. Especially now. I mean, look at how many companies are out there. You know?
Yeah.
And a lot of people say, "Oh, that's not a good thing for the business," but at the same time, it's like if workers work their ass off, it's a good thing.
Yeah.
You know, the more opportunities they get to expose, their talents, it's always a good thing. Then you start separating the guys who are professionals and the guys who are guys that just get in the ring. So it's not a bad thing.
We'll see. Maybe we could probably bring it back 2016. What do you think?
Why not? Go for it. I'll be looking forward to it.
2016. Damn, where we are in 2015.
You said that AWS anointed you with the name of Los Luchas, right?
There's a guy named Travis who announced us at AWS.
What are your thoughts and feeling about where it's going now with Bart's AWS?
Taking the hiatus and
You know what?
We don't really know too much on that. We don't get involved with stuff like that, but I mean, wherever it goes, I'm sure something else is gonna come out. But I mean, whatever problems they have right now, I'm sure they'll work out. I mean, Bart's always been he's always been doing shows, so I don't see this is gonna come back. It has to.
Yeah, like this is the first time that I actually ever in our whole career reach out to a promoter and tell him, hey, because it was Bart. We started with Bart as a team,
right?
And when I heard that it might be, you know, like 2 more shows, 3 more shows, and who knows, I was a little bummed out because, you know, like he gave us an opportunity, treated us. He's always treated us like professionals. So it was the first time in my career where I actually sent a promoter a message asking, like, if this is gonna be your last show, in any way, please let us be a part of it. And he said yes, and then I mean, he gave us an amazing match. Right. You know, this match I'm looking forward to, but yeah, this is the first time I've ever done it. And I would only do it to somebody like Bart.
He's I mean, we've had nothing but heard nothing but positive things about him. I know he's been helping a lot with the podcast page and organizing.
And he's bringing guests over, and it's really cool because, you know, Bart is Bart, you know. I mean, you know what? Just about 2 days ago, and I was thinking, I asked myself, who was the very, very first indie wrestler I ever met? That question came to my mind. And as I thought before I went with Slam City with GQ Money, I was thinking, who was it besides WWE that will watch? Because I wasn't too familiar with the indies. And I'm like, fuck, who was it? And then it just dawned to me. I used to go to Frankincense a lot, and the first person it was Bart.
Yeah, nice.
It was Bart because he was a promoter, then, you know, / wrestler, and then I was just like, he was the very first man. And then, you know, it's a long story short, I would have, at the time when I was at Slam City, I was thinking of going to go train with AWS at the time, but he was the first guy I ever met.
Yeah, well, it's like Bart has a lot of history here, you know. I used to go to shop all the time, you know. I was broke because of Bart. You know, I used to go buy all these
just
masks.
bring me your money.
Yeah, go to every single autograph session he had, you know.
You weren't the guy that shopped in the back of the...
No, I didn't go through the
free
curtain.
dildo. You're not the one that forgot the free dildo, did you?
Yeah, I would just buy the little mask, you know, get the autographs, and then watch the guys come out of there all embarrassed. Yeah, it was always funny when those curtains would open up and the guy would peek out like, oh shit, there's too many people, I gotta wait a little longer.
Bring back the Picky Poo Theater.
Did you guys play any sports? Well, you said you wanted to box, but did you guys play any sports in high school or
soccer,
high school?
baseball?
Yeah, I've been a baseball fan my whole life. I played high school. I still play in
Wait a minute. How do you guys get along?
Oh, no. This is something about us. This is something that not a lot of people know.
Yeah.
We are very different.
Yeah.
Outside of the ring, but inside of the ring, we're like the same person.
We don't have to talk to know what we're gonna do in the ring. Just by looking at him, I already know what's coming next. But outside of the ring, we are different. Yeah. We're very different.
Because, as far as I know, playing high school baseball, we didn't like soccer players.
No, yeah, it's true.
That's what I'm like.
It's true.
And soccer players hated baseball players.
Yeah, we used to always throw rocks at the field. It's true. No, it's like that's the beauty of us driving to get to a show. We'll have an argument that lasts the whole drive, and then we like get there and then like, stops. Then we just get in the ring, we do our thing, then we get back in the car, and it continues.
So you guys are like a married couple now.
Oh yeah.
I think so. I'm surprised our girls are not.
Yeah, like in music, in sports, like it's funny, man. Like he loves Metallica.
Everything that I like, it's like I know for a fact he won't like. So, but like I said, we make it work in the ring.
Yeah, that has to be a fun road trip.
Oh,
what are you gonna play on the radio? I'm gonna play a little Tupac.
Tupac and
I would play exactly.
Yeah, you see, and I don't like Tupac.
Oh,
so it's like
you listen to Justin Bieber now.
baby. No, but it's just but that's the thing that kind of gets us closer because through argument you know each other, you get to know each other, and next thing you know, they're never like fiery argument. It's just more like we'll hug and kiss later on. But it's just like the passion. When you have that much passion, and that's what is a good combination. Passionate about his things, I'm passionate about my thing, and we argue, and then we get out the car and we forget about it, and then we get back in the car and we continue. Sometimes we have guys in the back seat and they're just like, These guys never stop. Like, we'll go to sleep.
It's like me and Butcher. They really think that we sometimes
You guys get kissed in?
like yeah.
That's good.
Well,
Butcher and Engineer Roy. I don't know.
I just play with one of his 6 titties that he's got there.
Oh, man. That guest is on in a couple weeks. What's your favorite soccer team? Phoenix.
For favorite soccer team, the thing is that I'm not into the little leagues. I'm into just whenever the World Cup takes in.
World Cup, yeah.
Yeah, just like there's so many cups that it's just like, you know what? I just want to go for the
World Cup,
just
yeah.
Mexico, just
Mexico.
like going
there. You better say Mexico because I don't want these guys.
No.
Fuck you.
It'll be like back in Mexico.
They're gonna be like, fuck you, going for Brazil.
No, by default it's Mexico, right?
Okay.
But if I had to choose another team, I would pick Argentina or any of the European or any Central, whatever. I mean, whatever has the best players, I like to watch.
I'm gonna put you on the spot right now. That Gold Cup that passed.
Híjole.
Mexico, should they have advanced? Honestly. You don't have to go into detail.
No, but you know how many times have they done that to them?
Yeah.
So, hey, it's whatever. I mean, yeah, they shouldn't have, but it's been done to them too. So, to us, I should say.
Favorite baseball team?
Well, I grew up in LA. I came from Mexico when I was 4 years old, and I just remember Fernando Valenzuela, so I automatically became a Dodger fan.
You want to say like Dodgers? Those Dodgers?
No. Come on. No.
I gotta be a little stereotype.
That's only the
I know, but it's just come on, man.
That's only the HP.
Hola, soy
I
Jaime.
know. The Wheaters.
Soy Jaime Jardino. Ahorita regresamos con los Dodgers.
Don't make fun of our council members of Huntington Park, okay? Johnny Pineda, nothing against you, buddy.
Oh goodness, that's it. He just wants to open up a can of worms.
How about these wrestlers now that now with the internet? I'm not gonna mention any names, but I'm sure he knows what I'm talking about. There's wrestlers that like to go under to market themselves, make themselves hated, and get their.
Yeah.
Do you think that's pretty cool, or do you kind of think like should stay away from that drama?
Whatever works for them.
Yeah, it's a business.
Yeah.
It really is. So just remember, you gotta hold up to whatever you say. You know, like, I don't have any judgment towards anybody. I meet you, you're a great person, you're a great person. If I wrestle you, you're a great wrestler, you're a great wrestler. I understand that with somebody that starts, it's not easy. So you gotta light a fire under some people's butts and see what happens, because sometimes that puts you over.
Do you think it's unfair now that, not unfair, but kind of they should take more advantage of it? Because like you said, you guys came up, it was trading. Johnny Damn Pineda. Trading, yeah. And now they could go on Facebook and just talk shit.
Well, I mean, anybody could do that. Anybody could do that. Anybody could just pretend they're wrestlers and do that. But like you said, it's all what you do in the ring that counts.
Yeah, it's because that's the thing. You could be it's like, like back in the day, studio gangsters, and now you could be a Facebook wrestler, you could be a YouTube wrestler. It's just, what's gonna happen when somebody has to pay and see you? Are you gonna hold up?
Right.
And if you do, then you're doing something good, because that means they're gonna come back and watch you again. So you're doing it right. But if you don't, then you're just gonna be exposed, and there it is.
Lucha VaVOOM, you've been part of that. How is it? How do you guys like it? I mean, is it one of the
fun?
It's the biggest show. The biggest show here. It's different. It's different. It's not your typical lucha libre event. This is like more of a, what can I say, circus type feeling. It's like from the.
It's like going back now with the whole freak show now these days.
Yeah, it's in a sense it's more
a little different, because Lucha VaVOOM shows a little more skin, and they got the gay Hitler there. That's
Freak Show.
Okay,
have you been a part of Freak Show?
No, we haven't.
Would you do Freak Show?
I don't know. I mean, don't get me wrong. I watch the videos on YouTube. Like I said,
I would love to see you guys go against the octopus.
No, well, I mean, yeah, sure, why not? If the chance was there, why not? But Lucha VaVOOM, going back to Lucha VaVOOM, it's just, it sucks that it's 21 and over.
Mm-hmm.
But
they pull in a big crowd.
Yeah,
it's a full house. The Mayan Theater it's a full house.
Yeah, that's not just their typical little show. That's an event right there.
And the thing about Lucha VaVOOM is that, like, when it started, it used to be treated as a joke.
Mm-hmm.
Like, people used to, like, just write all this, stuff about, like, it ain't real wrestling, it ain't real comedy, it ain't real burlesque, because it's all three mixed in one. And then all of a sudden it started getting picked up by, Lucha 2000, Boxy Lucha, all those magazines in Mexico, because they started bringing, they were bringing Santo, Blue Demon, and all those guys. And now it's actually well respected. There's a line, a huge line of people in Mexico and in the States wanting to work, because now they know that people like TJ Perkins, Willie Mack, Sky, Scorpio Sky, Joey Ryan, us, we're, a lot of people don't necessarily know this, but we are the crazy chickens in Lucha VaVOOM. And because of that, you wouldn't imagine with different personalities, but because of that, like, it brought like a respect to it. And now it is a wrestling show, a good wrestling show, a good burlesque show, and a good comedy show.
How did they approach you guys to be the crazy chickens? Or was that your guys' idea?
No, it wasn't our idea. It wasn't even their gimmick, but it became theirs after a while. Once we started doing it, that's when they bought the rights for it, and we just, from there on, we've been the chickens all the time.
Like, the funny thing about that character, nobody wanted to do it.
Back then, no one wanted to do it.
Whose idea was it? Just theirs? I mean, they just said, hey.
It was a character that was used for for Revolution Pro.
Right.
That was pretty much for students.
Yeah.
If you were coming up, if you didn't have a gimmick, you wanted to test the waters, I guess you could say. That's the gimmick that was given to you, just to see how you would do and to get, to get that first, what do you call it?
Yeah, like experience the jitters out the way, all that stuff.
So that's the gimmick that was given to every person that was starting. No one wanted to do it, and remember one time looking at it in the ring and seeing how the guy that was doing it at the time was doing a good job. I remember looking at that and saying, oh man, I kind of want to try it. So it came one time we had that chance and we tried it out, and sure, from there on we haven't left it. Like, it's just fun. It's fun. It's
like, I remember people would do it, go to the back and complain that they're doing it.
Yeah.
I don't want to be a chicken. I don't want to be a chicken. And I was like, dude, it's fun. And you're getting booked.
Right.
And then once the people, they were like, I don't want to do it, so they didn't show up. And he was doing it first. I was a dog for some reason. And then they said, well, we need another guy. And they knew we wrestled together as a team. And we're like, dude, let's just have fun with this. And they saw that match and they're like, wait a minute, they did that character good. And then the owner, Liz, she said, you know what, let's just keep that character with them. Because there was like 4 of them.
Yeah.
And they said, you know what, just keep it to 2. And they saw that we weren't shy doing it. We did the butt dance, we did all that stuff.
You just have fun when you do that character.
Yeah.
You don't have to follow no guidelines or anything. You just do whatever you want.
Right. And now there's a funny list on who has done the chicken game. Yeah.
I'm going to have to look that up.
Yeah, like...
just so that we look for chicken shit, you'll find David.
Oh, man. Whew, that's a stiff chop right there.
He's just upset because we had a signing with him and no one showed up the whole 3 hours he was here.
Oh, I have a picture. We had some signings. At least one.
Some kid showed up. Some kid showed up.
And I got a free meal.
Somebody thought you were Conan. Conan, sorry. Conan. I'm thinking of Conan.
Oh,
I tell you, fucking Piñera. Somebody thought he was Conan when he came in.
Come over. You could be on your next podcast.
Did you have a crip walk?
Yeah, pretty much.
Had a little cane and everything.
And what would you like to share with everything that you experienced for, let's say there's young kids out there, teenagers, they want to be pro wrestlers. What are your thoughts, luchadores?
We would say, if there's something you really want to do, just go ahead and do it. Don't listen to anybody else. We didn't, and we just stuck together and just toughed it out. Just wrestled anywhere we could. Just don't listen to anybody else. Like, just if you really want to do this, go out there and do it. Cause time's gonna fly by, and before you know it, life's gonna take over.
Shoulda, woulda, coulda.
Yeah, it's like it's like I tell everybody in the training. It's like you can't say you can't do it. If you really want to do it, because I was that kid. I thought, like, I want to do it, but how? And just go. I mean, I would just say go the proper way. Go to a school, learn. Don't stop watching wrestling, because that's like the biggest way you can learn. But yeah, go for it, man. I hid it from my mom for 5 years, and then she found out, and then I still hid it. But yeah, go and do it. Just do it, man.
I'm just amazed they hid it.
And where can these individuals find you guys at for training?
Santino.
Yeah, Santino's Bros every Tuesday. Starts at 8 o'clock. You know, like if you can't make it through the first training, stick with it. You will eventually. I will force you to. And yeah, I mean, hit us up on Facebook and ask us questions. If you can't train with us, we could easily tell you where you could go train. Because we're not the only place you could go train. There's different places. You know, we train lucha. There's Shamu, who was one of our instructors. They teach lucha. You know, there's places in San Fernando Valley that teach lucha.
EWF too as well.
EWF is doing it, yeah.
I'm sure CWFH has their own. There's a lot of schools, but hey, just go ahead and try any school and then move from there.
And try as many schools as possible because you learn something from everybody.
The number one advice
we give, never.
The number one advice is just be consistent. Be consistent. You know, have open ears, hear other people's criticism, and then at the end, you know, you make of it whatever you want. You could do whatever you want, but just be consistent because that's what's gonna get you to where you want to go.
Yeah, like Butch said, you know, you don't stop learning, man. You don't stop learning. We don't stop learning. You know, I don't care how many years we've been doing it, but we do not stop learning. Sometimes I watch something on TV, and I'm like, okay, that's something new. And I'm like, all right, how can I modify, or how do we, you know, like do similar stuff? But yeah, it's an art.
Anybody right now on the current scene that you say, maybe the new guys like Eli, Seville, that you say it's probably the guy that to look for in the future, maybe 4 or 5 years, they're going to be like one of the top. Anybody you've seen right now in SoCal?
In particular, just one person?
1, 2, 3, whatever.
Well, I mean,
a couple people.
I think we think anybody that's in Santino's. Since we see them, we actually see them training. We could say that any student that's in Santino's, just expect for them to be stars in the future.
They have a good ethic there. You know, they make them do all the hard work. Like we must have set up 200 rings before we had to stop. So we know how to set up a ring. We know how to fix a ring. We know, and it's all because, you know, like you learn to appreciate it. Mm-hmm. So Santino's do the same thing. You know, they
make their wrestlers pay their dues.
Yeah, you know, like I hate that word, pay your dues, but it's all right. You know, like you gotta learn everything about the sport, and their ethic is the right way to go about it. So,
you know, I thought that was pretty awesome because Santino's brought in the wrestling ring on Pacific Boulevard, and I was there with the Butch, and they were setting up, and I'm like, wait a minute, the wrestlers are setting this up? I thought that was completely awesome. I mean,
I think we just did that like within 20 minutes too.
Yeah, but I mean, I expected for them to have a crew to come in and set it up, but no, it was the wrestlers.
Yeah.
I thought that was amazing.
And the thing about them is that they don't do it with a fuchi face, you know? They're doing it as like, oh, I'm glad I'm doing this. Mm-hmm. I'm glad I'm a part of this somehow. And that's, you don't find that from a lot of schools, you know? And then they have their student showcase.
Right.
Which is, I mean, that's the best way to get experience, exposure, you know, like in ring time. Y'all wrestle any of those guys any day.
Butcher, were you going to ask something?
No, pretty much. That kind of sums it up for everything that we discussed about. You know, you guys are just amazing. Keep it up. You know, you guys watch your asses like you guys always do. But one thing, there was one area that we did not discuss because, you know what, you guys don't look like troublemakers. You guys are legit. Really. But have you guys had any problems with any individual? You don't have to say no names, but did you have, like, back in the days, maybe someone kind of cheap shot you know it was purposely in the ring, anything like that?
Well, I mean, we have had situations where you have to, like, hold your ground. You know, you get a little stiff and you got to return it. They hold a little long. You got to get out of it and redo it. There was one time where we were in the ring, and I got kicked in the back so hard that I lost my breath, and I was like, oh, my God, what just happened? And so they asked, again, they asked the crowd, otra? And the crowd said yes. So I was like, oh, damn. I tensed up. Next thing you know, here comes a kick to my head. Ooh. That it blacked me out for a second. And I was like, oh, man. I just looked at him, you know, like he said, you know, sometimes we don't have to talk in order to communicate. Yeah. I gave him that look, and as soon as I tagged him, I just looked at him, and he started beating the heck out of that guy. And I was like, all right, because I'm still dazed. So
you went to go
finish
it off. I have to.
But as soon as the bell rang, it ended there.
Yeah.
Maybe next time we meet each other in the ring.
We try to avoid that though.
Yeah.
No, I'm not saying that it's a great thing and that's what we strive for. No, that's like the worst thing that we want to experience.
But you see, that's the thing. In American style, it doesn't happen. It does not happen. But in lucha, because a lot of it is freestyle. A lot of it is like you walk into the back. Hey, so what, you want to prep something? Let me see. And then you end up not prepping anything.
Yeah.
So you get up there, and as soon as they see that the crowd's with you, but they're like the bigger name, they try to test you. So if you don't hold there's been times where you have to.
That's the way it is.
And that's why
it's kind of scary when you think about it.
The first time it happened to us, yeah, it was. But they taught us Greco style, like catch can wrestling, and so it helped us out a lot because when we got in that situation, we knew how to escape and put it on them. And I do jiu-jitsu, so that also helps out a lot. And yeah, like we've been lucky that we were prepared for it. But there's been times where especially the sport, the one I love, lucha, it happens more there.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's sometimes you gotta throw a good punch.
Michaelis, do you like to share anything with them or?
Well, they have a lot of events coming up this until
so
next.
Plug them all.
Yeah, let's go ahead.
What's the plug?
Well,
no pressure.
I'll leave it up to this guy.
Yeah, let me see if I remember.
Handles a Facebook account.
I know the first one. I think it's on August 16 at VIP.
Exactly.
Yeah, we got
VIP. We have the following week we have Global Force Wrestling.
Is that going to be back out in Vegas again?
Yeah, back out in Vegas on the 21st. We have OWA this weekend. We're the tag team champions for OWA.
Yeah.
And we have that this weekend. And then, yeah, like she said, Lucha's VIP.
At the end of the month, we have AWS.
Right.
Oh, yeah, 29th AWS against Cholo
AWS
and B-Boy,
against
which
Cholo
is
and
something I'm
B-Boy.
really looking forward to.
That's in Southgate.
Yes.
And,
Bart. Go
tickets are on
support
sale.
Bart.
Yes, go support Bart. Second to last show.
And then I have a jiu-jitsu tournament on the 15th. If anybody's around Cerritos College want to go cheer, I'm going to wear my mask. No.
I don't want to say, wait a minute. They're going to know.
I can't, no. I wish I could. I actually did ask once, and they said no.
That'd be hilarious.
Yeah,
That'd be awesome. Actually, that'd be pretty
remember
cool.
those caras?
Yeah.
And,
They could probably use that against them. Huh?
Yeah, like when he did Pride Fighting, I wanted to do something like that. They didn't allow me to.
Wow, that would have been pretty awesome.
Yeah.
That would have been pretty cool.
Just say that
I'm gonna try that
the mask will be
tonight.
Brazilian. You know.
I know.
I'll try that. Can I borrow your mask for tonight?
All right, you got it.
Can you lend?
I gotta warn you. Though. I gotta warn you.
I'll take two masks. One for the top and bottom.
But his mask is like the mask in the movie where it takes over, so yeah, you might get a little stiff tonight. Oh, yeah, you are.
Does it glow? I'm just wondering.
We just get you a water balloon and draw a picture on it, like make the little cutout, and you're okay.
Oh goodness, that was horrible, David.
Let everybody know where to find you guys on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all the fun stuff.
Yeah, we're really bad at marketing. If you go to YouTube, it's hard to find stuff unless other people put it up. Well, it's a bad thing we have. We're still kind of old school.
He's like, you know what? We don't even have to do it because we're Los Luchas.
No, it's not that.
We're Los Luchas, man. We got it all figured out.
We are kept sharing.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I see it as if I share it once, I'm already sharing it too many times.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh god, I don't want to bug people. You guys
can catch us on. You guys can catch us on Instagram at Los Luchas, Facebook as well, Los Luchas. Soon we'll have a YouTube as well. We do have one. We just haven't uploaded nothing. But yeah, anything out there that has Los Luchas, it's pretty much gonna be us. It's official. So
there's a few fake ones, but just look for the one that has like the more recent picture. I don't even know how to distinguish it.
I want to thank you guys for coming in.
Oh, again.
I'm telling you, ever since I watched that.
I think Pollito left.
Just that's when he's starting to let loose now. See.
What are you trying to say? It's that Piñeta. I'm telling you. Bring him in here one day. We'll put him on the podcast. Every time I think about that guy on the council, I think of George Lopez. But I want to thank you guys for coming on the show. Butcher just went to the back. Dolly, thank you. Roy, thank you. Let's clap it up for them one more time.
Hey, before we head out, honestly, I want to say thank you so much. And I want to, you guys are doing something good for SoCal. You guys are doing something good for wrestling. You guys are doing something that more people should do, even if it's a smaller, way of doing it, but at least this, because there's guys up here. I'm a fan. I listen to all your podcasts.
Oh,
I wish you guys could put the old ones. You know,
we're working on it. We're working on it.
I'm like, what the hell? That was gonna be a complaint I was gonna say.
I think it would be towards me.
No, sorry. But what's it called? No, like it's because the thing is that the more you could help out the SoCal community, the more we put wrestling, on the map, and SoCal becomes a stamp like it used to be. Because back then it was like SoCal wrestling. Okay, you guys are good, and then all of a sudden it faded out. Our goal is just to do that again, make it a strong place for wrestling, kind of like in the East Coast how they do it. And what you guys are doing is great. I just want to say thank you guys for doing it because I'm a huge fan. I hope everybody else does it. Thank everybody else who does anything for it, And I hope there's more podcasts that come from this. And, I was actually thinking of doing something, not, to go against you guys because you guys do it well. But no, it's just,
we'll be your first guest.
We just want to expose everybody in SoCal, man. And thank you guys so much for having this and for having us.
No, pleasure's all ours as well.
We're just two Mexicans from East LA.
I'm a Nicaraguan from Southgate. Well, no, not really. Butcher's just.
I'm just a butcher.
But no, thank you guys. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Wait until we show the surprise we have in here. In the store soon. I think early 2016. We're gonna have a surprise for all.
Is it China? Because I'm excited.
No, she's here on Sunday the 22nd.
Yeah.
Saturday the 22nd. Because SummerSlam's the 23rd. Yeah. We have some other hot divas coming in.
Nice.
Soon too. Christy Hammy and Gail Kim. They'll be here soon. So Butcher.
Anthony's gonna be excited for that.
Ay, mira. Yeah. Hasta se peinó.
I think he just broke.
There you go. Unbelievable. The first Chiefs talk already.
He went to the back to adjust himself.
I know, he tucked in his shirt.
He went to go, never mind. But for all of us, thank you again for coming on.
Thank you, guys.
We also want to give a big shout out to SoCalUncensored.com.
Yes.
They always promote all the podcasts. And thank you again. And for Roy, Dolly, Butcher.
Yo.
We are
out.